Welcome back, guys. This is the part 2 of our skirt lesson. If you have not watched the part 1, please, you want to go back to watch the beginning part of this lesson. So now we want to sew our zipper to our skirt. We have already joined our zipper allowance using a loose stitch. So now we want to sew on our zip. We want to sew the zip into our skirt. You want to place your zip on that seam line. You want to place your zip on the seam line. Open it up and sew like 2 inches away from the edge of the zip. Now close up your zip and continue sewing. You want to keep your foot on the head, the teeth of the zip, and make sure the needle is not climbing the teeth of the zip. It's like it's a little bit away from it has to be away from the teeth of the zip. Okay, do the same thing on this other side of the zipper. This is a very easy process, though there are other ways you can sew a zip to your skirt or to your blouse. You can either sew it straight up without having to stitch the zip allowance together. Sew the zip allowance together. You can also try, there are so many ways, but this is a very easy easy process, and I like using this particular method because it makes my zip come out very beautiful. I rarely have issues with my zip when using this process. So after you finish sewing your zip, you want to start pulling out the thread which you used in stitching. As you can see, don't forget that as you can see, the thread is coming up. That's why our zip is showing. Okay, you want to pull out the first stitch you made to seal up your zipper allowance. That is the thread we are now pulling out. Okay, as you can see, as you are pulling out, the zip is revealing itself. Okay, you want to pull it out all to the end of your zip. Okay, now the next thing you want to do, you want to seal up. As you can see, do you see that second line there? That's the line that is joining the skirt all through to the end. So you're going to seal up that line at that particular point close to the tail of the zip, so that our zip will not come off. Okay, also the tail of the zip doesn't show. So that's where you're going to double stitch, lock the stitch down there, so that our zipper does not show, or our skirt will not tear or pull off. We are still loosening the stitch. You want to leave a little, like 1 inch or half or 3/4 inch away from the tail of the zip. Exactly that there. That's where we want our zip to stop. That's where we want to reveal our zip. That's the point we want to reveal our zip to. Okay, like 3/4 inch from the same line from the back. So now we want to seal that. We want to seal that particular point. We just made a double stitch, so we can lock that point. If not, that point, that seam, that thread can get loose and your zip will be out, or whatever it is you're wearing inside. So now we want to complete that, sew that open edge to the end. So now it's time for us to cut our band, our skirt band. Okay, you want to take the measurement of this waist like so, and put that same measurement on your fabric. Use it for your band. The same measurement for the waist, you are going to use it to cut our band. So now we are putting in our waist measurement, which is 36 inches, and we want our band, the width of our band, to be about 1.5 inch. So 1.5 inch plus 1.5 inch is 3 inches. We're going to add extra 1 inch for the folding allowance. Okay, 1.5 plus 1.5 is 3. So you're going to add an extra 1 inch to bend and fold our band. We're going to bend our band. Okay, so all together 4 inches. Always add your folding allowance, please. Now we are connecting the lines, ready to be cut out. After cutting out our band, we want to iron it and prepare our band for our skirts, for our pencil skirt. Okay, that is the wrong side of our fabric. When you're working with a fabric like this, that you can already know the wrong and the right side, you want to mark a chalk to be sure of the right side. So now we are preparing our band. We are by ironing it into two, folding it and ironing it. We are ironing our band. We are folded into two because we are going to sew it from the inside and turn it to the outside. All right. The next thing, we are going to iron the 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch that we are going to be using to turn our band. You can either fold 1/2 or 3/4 of an inch. We are folding it together with the help of the iron, just to keep it in place, so that when we are fixing our band, it will not have any difficulty. It will be very easy and it will come out beautiful. So now we are done preparing our band and we are going back to our skirt. We are going to fix our band to our skirt. You want to open up your zip. And place your skirts on the midpoint like so, because we want to know the midpoint of the band so we can begin the sewing process. Keep your skirts in this way. Now place the midpoint of your band so that we know exactly where to start from. So now we are going to start sewing our band to our skirt. we are sewing it from the inside of our skirt, so we can turn and cover it from the outside, so we can monitor our stitching, that it is beautiful or that it is being done accurately. So now we are sewing our band to our skirt like so. Please pay attention and look at this process with all concentration. We're sewing our band to our skirt. You want to open up your allowance. Now we are almost done sewing our band to our skirt. We are done sewing that the first half inch to our skirt. Now we want to turn our band to cover the rough edges of our skirt. But before we do that, you want to turn your band this way, right side facing each other, and sew in place the band. Don't forget to fold those half inches allowance. Don't forget to sew the half inches, fold the half inches allowance inside when you're sewing, sealing up the edge of the band. So we want to take our measurement. We want the extension to be 1 inch, the edge of our band to be 1 inch. We are going to sew exactly on that 1 inch. When you're done, you want to trim out this excess. It's not needed again. Turn your band inward. With the help of a scissors, you can get that pointed edge. So we are going to do the same thing, the same process to this other side of the band. Flip your band to the other side, right side facing each other. Make sure you fold that allowance, that sewing allowance, and sew your band together. Practically the same process you did in the other side. So now we are going to turn our allowance inside and sew on our band. Okay, this is exactly what your band will look like. Turn the other allowance inside and sew on your band, just to give it a finished and perfect stitch. This will sure give you a perfect finishing. As you're sewing, you want to keep turning in that allowance inside. Make sure it's the same half inch you left for the turning of the band that you're pushing inside. Now we are done sewing our band. It's a very easy peasy process. If you can do this, do it one time, do it on the second time, the third time you'll be better at it. Okay, so this is what our skirt looks like with the band. Our skirt is already looking very fine. We are almost finished with our skirt. Our band looks so beautiful. This is what the back side looks like. That is our zip right there. we are like 95% done with our skirt. You want to iron out your band. You want to iron your band so it will look beautiful, flat and beautiful. So now look at the stitch, it's looking beautiful. Okay, so now you're gonna hem the edge. It's time to hem our skirt. I've already gone ahead to use an hemming gum to keep our skirt in place. I weaved it so it can give it a perfect, a nice finishing. Now I'm going to just sew our skirt, the hem of our skirt, because I've used the hemming gum to keep it in place, so therefore helping me to sew our skirt on the right side to give it a perfect and nice finishing. And that is very much it for our skirt. That is pretty much it. Please, you want to keep practicing. If you didn't get it the first time, do it the second time. By the third time you want to do it, will be very perfect, to be good to go. So thank you very much guys for watching this video. See you in my next lesson.